short-term outcome of 32 cases of lumbar interbody fusion. So we had 32 cases of lumbar degenerative disease. Two were revision of the previous surgery done at the same level. A minimum of 12 months follow-up. VAS score was used. Complications was assessed. While a PEEK cage and a titanium cage was used based on the bone quality and cost constraints. 26 patients operated from the left while 6 from the right. A 0-degree scope was used. Two techniques were used, either incision at the portals being made at the mid-pedicular line or the other, the para-UB approach. At alpha S1, a right approach was preferred. All these, the table describing the levels which were operated, 17 being at L45 while 7 at alpha S1. Right-sided approach was predominantly used at alpha S1. Few cases, this is a case of lumbar degenerative disease with instability, MRI showing the facet hypertrophy and stenosis. At 12 months follow-up, the X-ray showed excellent fusion. This is the intra-op images showing the Cambridge triangle, the disc space. The 10 mm osteotome indicates the amount of space available to put even a large kidney cages without dural stack retraction. The exiting route is safeguarded using the scope sheet. The end plate preparation also can be done nicely. Another case, a young female with lytic listhesis at L45 with a sacralized L5. Here a right-sided approach was used. You can see in the video. Initially the IIP is removed using burr and the kerrison. Maximum kerrison and the osteotome should be used to obtain bone graft which can be later utilized for interbody fusion. After removal of the IIP, the lamina is removed using 3 or 4 mm kerrison punches. The contralateral side can also be decompressed. You can see the superior edge of the ligamentum flavum and the dural sac pulsations visible in the video. Right-sided approach facilitates entry of the cage in line with the working channel, where the working channel is made cranially while the scope comes in caudally for a right-handed dominant surgeon. Lamina of the inferior level is removed using 4 mm Carrisons. You can see again the pulsations of the dual sac. Here the disc space used to make the entry into the interbody space, followed by preparation of the end plate using disc forceps, Carrisons, and curettes. And finally, bone graft, which was harvested during the surgery initially, was inserted using funnel followed by a titanium cage. Another case, revision case, a transforaminal endoscopy was done 5 years back at L34, which landed up with a foot drop since 2 months and a stenotic element. There was no infection on infective markers and an intra biopsy. At 1 year follow-up, excellent fusion visible. VAS score 4 for back pain and leg pain reduced. Mean surgical time was 2.5 hours. There were no dural tears or infections noted. One patient had a persistent contralateral pain. Another developed symptoms immediately and had a neurodeficit which required drainage of the hematoma and revision decompression. One patient had a cage back out at 3 months but went on to fuse with a 2 year follow-up. So UB TLIF is a unique technique achieving good decompression, reduced blood loss, minimal risk of infection, reduced complications and hospital stay. Kerrison and osteotomes allow sufficient bone graft to harvest, and cage insertion is done under vision, protecting the neural injury as compared to in uniportal and transcambine. Good visualization and surgeon posture benefits the surgeon. Revision surgeries can be done very safely.